This is lesson 9 from the using units of measurement topic, and this one here we're going to compare elapsed time. The learning goal for this one is to look into the conversion of minutes, hours, days, and years, and the success criteria is to be able to measure, calculate, and compare elapsed time. Now, how well you do on this skill really depends on your perception and your awareness of how time works. If you're really good with time, this skill will be a piece of cake. But if you struggle with time, you might struggle with this skill. Now, there are 20 questions all up with this skill. And the first question here, we're going to look at this first example. I've taken this Learn Me tab that was on the side. I've just plopped it here. And this is time fix to help us answer the following question. What we want to be familiar with is that there are 60 seconds within a minute, 60 minutes within an hour, 24 hours within a day, and 365 days within a year. And this concept is purely based on two factors: where the Earth is in relation to the Sun and how often it rotates around the Sun, and we know this to be 365 days, and then also how long it takes for the Earth to rotate around the axis. This is considered as a day. So there's a day here and a year here. And all these time frames that have been calculated are purely based on this year system, 365 days being in a year, and also how long it takes, hours-wise, for a full day to go by. I've had students asking, why don't they use consistent numbers like 100, 100, 100, 100? Well, we can't really change how the Earth rotates around the Sun or how the Earth rotates around itself, so we just use the best numbers accordingly. So this question here, what is the matching time period? We've got 4 solutions that have been provided in minutes, and we have to see how many minutes there are in 5 hours and 24 minutes. Now, we do know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So to get 5 hours, we have to just multiply this by 60. So 5 times 60 is equal to 300. So we have 300 minutes and 24 minutes. So all up, this is 324 minutes, which is this solution here. And a lot of these questions, either to do with seconds, minutes, hours, or days, you're just simply converting it into the required answer based on these time facts here. Other questions that we've seen in previous skills have to do with time elapsing. So Jess left home at 8:07 a.m. and arrived at school at 8:52 a.m. And you want to see how many minutes did it take to walk to school. Now in this case, obviously I can just do 52 minutes, take away 7 minutes and get our answer of 45. But to be consistent, I want to make sure that I'm using a fairly consistent method. I'm going to go from 8:07 to 8:15. And you've seen me probably do this in the other skill sets in the videos. I'm going to go 8:15 to 8:45 and 8:45 to 8:52. Now this seems like a longer way to do it, but this type of process will help you with the next set of questions. So 8:07 to 8:15, this takes us 8 minutes. From 8:15 to 8:45, this is 30 minutes. And then from 8:45 to 8:52, this is 7 minutes. So 8 plus 30 plus 7, all up, will give me 45 minutes. So that's how long it will take for Jess to get to school if she leaves at that time and arrives at that time. Now the reason why I do this method is because you'll get questions that look like this. How long did it take for the game of cricket? And here we can see that the elapsed time now involves hours elapsing. So let's go from 8:45, 8:54 rather, not 8:45, sorry, 8:54, and our ending time is 10:23. We'll go from 8:54 to 9, 9 till 10, and then from 10 till 23. 10 till 10:23. So let's go from 8:54 to 9. This is 6 minutes. Change it to 6. There we go, 6 minutes. And then from 9 to 10 is 1 hour. Now, before I continue, you'll notice that none of these solutions have to do with hours. They're all provided in minutes. So instead of writing 1 hour, I'm going to write 60 minutes. And then from 10 to 10:23, this is 23 minutes. So all up, 60 plus 23 is just 83 minutes, plus another 6 is 89 minutes. So our solution for this one is this one here. Now there's one more question in regards to this skill, and this has to do with dragging time periods from shortest to longest, or longest to shortest depending on the question. Now this has already been put into shortest to largest. This is the solution here, but what we want to know is, how do we know we put half a day here and 3/4 of a day here? Well, all the other ones have been given in hours, so that's fine. We want to figure out, well, half a day, how many hours are there in a day, and what's half of that? Well, we know there are 24 hours within a day, so half of this is 12 hours. So this here, half a day has to be 12 hours, and that fits in between the 10 and the 17. But then 3/4 of a day, how do we work out 3/4 of a day? Well, 3/4 of a day, if I were to get a certain amount and split it up into quarters, well, how many hours are there within a day? 24. What's 1/4 of that? What's 24 split into 4 parts, or divided by 4? Well, that's 6. There'll be 6 hours in 1/4 of a day, 6 in the other, 6 in the other, and 6 in the other. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24. And what we want to do is find 3/4 of that. So 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and 1/4 here. So 6, 12, 18. So 3/4 of a day, 18 hours. And 18 hours fits in between the 17-hour time slot and the 20-hour time slot. So we know 3/4 of a day fits here, and half a day fits here. And again, you'll get questions that are similar to this. Sometimes it has to do with days, hours, minutes, year time frames. You just got to make sure you keep it consistent, and you also make sure that you're either doing it from shortest to longest, or longest to shortest. And that concludes this video. Go ahead and attempt the skill. 20 questions all up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.